Let's read How Many Seeds in a Pumpkin? Mr. Tiffin's class. See, there's everybody. Jake and Molly and Tara, Alex, Jeremy, Kimmy, Anna, Robert, Elliot, Charlie. How many seeds in a pumpkin? Charlie liked school. He liked his teacher, Mr. Tiffin. He liked his best friend, Alex, but he did not like lining up to go into school. Mr. Tiffin's class lined up by size, tallest to smallest, or smallest to tallest. Charlie was the smallest in the class every time. One chilly fall morning, Charlie was surprised to see 3 bright orange pumpkins on Mr. Tiffin's desk. One pumpkin was big, one was medium, and one was small. "How many seeds in a pumpkin?" Mr. Tiffin asked the class. "Does anybody know?" Nobody knew, but everybody had ideas. "The biggest one has the most," said Robert. "I bet it has 1,000,000 seeds." Robert was the tallest boy in the class. "The medium one has 500, Eleanor said. Eleanor always sounded as if she knew exactly what she was talking about. "The tiny one has 22, said Anna. Anna liked even numbers better than odd ones. Mr. Tiffin wrote down all the guesses on the blackboard. Charlie was very quiet. "What are you thinking, Charlie?" asked Mr. Tiffin. "I'm thinking that all the best guesses are taken," Charlie said. "Why don't we open these pumpkins up and see?" said Mr. Tiffin. The next day, the kids in Mr. Tiffin's class brought in spoons for scooping, and bowls for holding, and plastic bags for throwing out. They covered the floor with newspaper. They put on their smocks. "It's a messy business counting pumpkin seeds," said Mr. Tiffin, but the class was ready. After Mr. Tiffin cut a circle around each pumpkin stem, Kimmy, Alex, and Jake pulled off the caps. The children peered inside. "This big one definitely has the most," said Robert. "We'll see," said Mr. Tiffin. The pumpkin pulp was slimy and stringy, and the seeds were hard to get out. When the children were finished, there were 3 empty pumpkins, 3 full bowls, and 20 messy hands. "Tomorrow we will find out the answer to our question," said Mr. Tiffin. "Tonight your homework is to think about how we should count all the seeds." That afternoon, Mr. Tiffin dried the seeds. The next day, he put them in 3 paper bags marked big, medium, and small. "Did you do your thinking homework?" he asked the class. "Yes," Alex said. "I think we should just guess." "I think we should count very, very carefully," said Tara. "I think we should count by 2s, 5s, and 10s, said Molly. The class agreed that Molly had a good idea. Robert, Kimmy, and Jake all wanted to count the seeds in the big pumpkin by 2s. Anna asked if she could join them. "We can be the 2s club," she said. They practiced counting. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, they said together. Jeremy, Tara, Eleanor, Molly, and Alex liked counting by 5s. "We'll count the seeds in the middle pumpkin," said Molly. "We can be the 5s club." 5, 10, 15, 20, they cheered. "I'll take the smallest pumpkin," said Charlie. "I guess I'll be in the 10s club." "Good idea," said Mr. Tiffin. 10, 20, 30, Charlie began. Soon there were many groups of seeds in front of each pumpkin. The 2s club. "See," said Robert, "the 2s club has the most. They had 180 pairs of seeds." The 5s club. "We have lots too," said Eleanor. They had 63 groups of 5 seeds and 1 seed left over. The 10s club. Charlie had exactly 35 groups of 10 seeds. Robert looked at the seeds in front of Charlie. "You don't have a whole lot," he said. "Let's get counting," said Mr. Tiffin. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, began Robert, Kimmy, Jake, and Anna. It took a long time to count 170 pairs of seeds. "My brain hurts," says Anna. See, here's the twos club. Grand total, 170 groups, 2 seeds in each, 340. The biggest pumpkin had 340 seeds. "Almost a million," said Jake. The fives were a little easier. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, chanted Jeremy, Tara, Eleanor, and Molly. There were 316 seeds in the medium pumpkin. 63 groups, 5 seeds in each pile. 315 plus 1 seed equals 316. "Too bad for you," said Robert. "It's not a contest," said Molly. "There's the tens club, 35 groups, 10 seeds in each group." The tens were the fastest of all, since they were just 35 groups. 10, 20, 30, 40, Charlie counted to himself. "This can't be right," he said. "What can't be right?" asked Mr. Tiffin. 35 groups, 10 seeds in each group, 350. "There are 350 seeds in my little pumpkin," said Charlie. "That means it has the most of all." "So it does," said Mr. Tiffin. "Congratulations, Charlie," said Alex. "The tens club wins." "It's not a contest," said Robert. Mr. Tiffin told the class to gather around. "You can never tell just how many seeds are in a pumpkin until you open it up," he said. "But there may be some clues. Take a good look at these." The class did. "Charlie's is darker orange," said Anna. "And it has more lines on the outside," said Robert. "Yep," said Mr. Tiffin. "For each line on the outside, there's a row of seeds on the inside." "That's good to know," said Eleanor. "And the longer a pumpkin grows, the more lines it gets," he added. "Its skin gets darker, too." "So even though my pumpkin was the smallest, it was on the vine the longest," said Charlie. "Exactly," agreed Mr. Tiffin. When it was time to go home, the class lined up by the door. "Smallest to tallest this time," said Mr. Tiffin. Robert was at the back. Eleanor was in the middle. Charlie was at the front. "Small things can have a lot going on inside them," Charlie said to Mr. Tiffin. And then they left the classroom with Charlie leading the way. And there's Charlie's pumpkin facts. Pumpkin seeds are small but powerful. A whole huge pumpkin grows from a tiny seed. 2. You can eat pumpkin seeds if you want, but you should ask somebody to roast them first. They contain lots of vitamin A. 3. If you plant pumpkin seeds, do it after the ground warms up in spring. You'll need a lot of space for them to grow. Pumpkins grow on vines. 4. It takes about 4 months for a pumpkin to grow to full size. So plant your seeds by June if you want a pumpkin for Halloween. 5. Is a pumpkin a vegetable? No, it's a fruit. 6. Some pumpkins are small. I like those. Some pumpkins are really, really big. Usually big pumpkins don't taste very good. Small, sweet pumpkins are the kind you should use to make a pumpkin pie. 7. Counting by 2s and 5s and 10s makes counting go faster. That's not really a pumpkin fact, but it's true. A note from Mr. Tiffin. I looked pretty carefully for these 3 pumpkins so that Charlie, Robert, Anna, and the other students would not be able to predict what was inside. Pollination, pumpkin variety, and time on the vine determine how many lines are on a pumpkin and how many seeds are inside. Size alone is not the most important thing, which worked out great for Charlie. And there's the school. That is how many seeds in a pumpkin. And now you know.